Imagine you're stuck in a life where every penny you make feels like it slips through your fingers before you even see it. You know, deep down you're meant for more, but no matter how hard you try, financial freedom just seems out of reach. Sounds familiar? You're not alone. Meet John, a guy just like you. He's 28, living paycheck to paycheck, with more bills than he can count, and a dream that feels just a little bit too far to touch. But everything changed when John stumbled upon a book that would forever alter his relationship with money. The book? The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housan. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through John's journey, the lessons he learned, and how you can apply them to transform your life. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the real way to master money. And no, it's not about making more of it. It's about understanding how you think about it. And don't forget, I've got a challenge for you at the end of this video. Trust me, it's worth it. So stick around. John's story begins with, well, frustration. He's got big dreams, financial freedom, a house by the beach, maybe even a Tesla. But he feels like he's stuck in an endless loop of struggle. It's like trying to run a race with weights on your ankles. No matter how hard he works, no matter how many side gigs he picks up, it feels like the finish line keeps moving farther away. John's tried everything, investing in stocks, getting multiple jobs, trying to find a hack to get rich quick. But nothing worked. One night, after working yet another 12-hour shift, John was scrolling through Reddit. Don't judge. We all do it. And he saw a post that changed everything. It was about the psychology of money. Intrigued, he grabbed a copy. Here's the thing. The book didn't just teach John how to make money. It taught him something way more important. How to think about money. And that's when things started to shift. The first lesson John learned from the book was one that made him do a double take. Morgan Housan talks about the power of time and how it's not just what you make, but how long you let it grow. John had always thought that the key to wealth was getting rich quickly, but the truth was he was too focused on how much money he could make fast, instead of letting money grow over time. Housan explains that the wealthiest people are often the ones who have the most patience. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He didn't get rich overnight. He invested early, and he let compound interest do the heavy lifting. John thought about it. What if instead of chasing fast gains, he focused on slowly building wealth over years? It clicked. The next day, John started small. He began saving even 10% of his paycheck and investing it in low-cost index funds. It wasn't a lot, but it was a start. And John knew that this slow, steady growth was exactly what he needed to build his financial future. The second thing John realized from the psychology of money was the concept of luck versus risk. John had spent so much time trying to model his financial journey after others, people who seemed to get lucky or who made it big fast. But the book explained that most success isn't just luck. It's about playing the long game and understanding risk. Take John's own situation. He was afraid to invest in the stock market because he saw others lose money and felt that risk wasn't worth it. But what John didn't realize was that risk is a part of life, and the key is learning how to manage it. John came to understand that making small, consistent investments over time carried far less risk than trying to play the market with wild guesses. This gave him a sense of calm. It wasn't about hitting a big home run, it was about consistently moving forward. I mean, if you're just hoping for a lottery ticket win to solve all your problems, well, you might as well start praying to the lottery gods, right? But seriously, the power of long-term, calculated risk, that's your winning ticket. The next big lesson John learned was all about the importance of financial independence. Before he read the book, John thought that financial freedom meant buying flashy things, having a huge bank account, and living a life full of luxuries. But in reality, Financial freedom isn't about how much you have. It's about how little you need. The book introduced him to the idea of enough. John had spent years thinking that happiness was tied to more money, more possessions. But what he learned was that true freedom comes when you start to think about what you need to live well and how to minimize everything else. So John made a shift. He didn't stop dreaming big, but he started to define what he truly needed to feel secure. And that changed everything. Instead of chasing excess, he focused on building a life of independence and security. Now, here's where things get interesting. The fourth lesson John learned was about the role of behavior in wealth creation. See, John used to think that he had to be a financial genius, someone who understood complex charts and could predict the next big market trend. But Housel explained that success with money isn't about being a genius. It's about being a good, consistent, and patient investor. John realized that smart people often get caught up in trying to time the market, or worse, listening to everyone else's expert advice. But the key isn't smarts, it's your behavior. Are you disciplined? Do you stay calm in the face of a market crash? So, instead of stressing over trying to make the perfect move, John focused on simply doing, saving, investing, and controlling his impulses. This shift in mindset was revolutionary. The next lesson John learned was the danger of comparison. Social media makes it all too easy to look around and think that everyone else has their life together, while you're over here trying to figure out which ramen noodle flavor is the best deal. John realized that comparison could derail his entire financial journey. In The Psychology of Money, Housel warns that comparing yourself to others is a path to misery. Everyone's financial journey is different. Some people are born into wealth, others aren't. But at the end of the day, it's about playing your own game, not trying to compete with someone else's. John stopped caring about the latest Instagram influencer flaunting their new car. Instead, he focused on his own growth, his own journey. Lastly, John learned one of the most profound lessons in the book. Wealth isn't always what you can see. People often equate wealth with luxury, the cars, the clothes, the houses. But real wealth is the money that you don't see. It's the savings, the investments, the money you don't spend. This lesson hit John hard. For years he had been spending money on things that didn't truly matter, things that didn't build his future. After reading Housel's book, John made a change. He stopped spending money on status symbols and started building true wealth behind the scenes. The money he didn't spend became his ticket to freedom. Now, John's life isn't perfect. He's still working hard. He's still learning. But he's on a path that he can control. And that path started with the simple decision to change how he thought about money. If John can do it, you can too. The lessons from The Psychology of Money are simple but powerful. So let me ask you, are you ready to take control of your financial future? If you're ready to stop chasing quick wins and start building long-term wealth, grab a copy of the book and start shifting your mindset today. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button and join the community. We're all in this together, learning, growing, and changing our lives for the better. If you found this video helpful, drop a comment below telling me which lesson resonated most with you, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't wait. Start taking control today. Your future self will thank you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.